tough one for sure. If a young child of a believer dies, will the child be saved? What about the child of an unbeliever? Does it all come down to predestination?
Yes, it does come down to predestination, but I believe, and I agree with John MacArthur on this, that um, when a young child, a baby, even let's go back to even back it up a little bit further, miscarriages. And I've read where maybe 20 to 25% of all pregnancies actually end in a miscarriage. I had no idea the percentage was that high until I wrote a book on this issue about when it is wise and appropriate to baptize your children. The title of the book is Do Not Hinder Them, a biblical examination of childhood conversion. So I do believe that because of God's sovereign election, that when a baby, miscarried baby, or a young child dies before they reach an age of accountability, if you want to use those terms, that they do go to heaven. Uh, it's not that they are not born sinners. They are. We are born with original sin. But I think when you look at the compendium of Scripture and the most clear teaching, that it is our acts of volitional sin that earn us the wrath of God. And the Bible talks about, in the Old Testament, it talks about young children, babies who were who were sacrificed to Moloch, and God says, "You have done this to my children, my babies." So they belong to Him. So I think when a young child dies, whether that child belongs to a believer or non-believer, when a young child dies, that child is, as the title of John MacArthur's book on this subject goes, is safe in the arms of God. It's a good book, Safe in the Arms of God by John MacArthur, that gives a more full answer to that question. But yes, at some point, a child comes to a place where he is morally accountable for um, flagrantly disobeying God. When you tell a 4 or 5 year old kid to clean up his room and he doesn't want to do it, I mean, he knows he's doing something against mom and dad because but he has no concept of, I am doing this in flagrant disobedience to the thrice holy creator of the universe. That's not yet entered into his mental capacity. He doesn't understand things like that. And so when we sin, if a person dies in his sin, then and he goes to hell because of volitional acts of sin that he has knowingly done against God. But a small child doesn't have that ability to understand those things yet.